Working from home? I'm Chad Dodd, veterinarian and consultant to Limp Bells. Here are some tips for keeping your dog fit while staying at home. Find 15 minutes twice a day and walk your pet at a decent pace around your place. Play hide and seek by hiding some kibble or favorite toys and letting your dog find them. If you have stairs and your dog is mobile, walk up and down twice a day for 5 to 10 minutes. Or better yet, try a power walk on your terrace or backyard for some fresh air. There are more helpful pet care tips at youmove.com, spelled youmove.com.
Maryland's Republican governor has come out against acting quickly to confirm a new Supreme Court justice. Speaking to the Texas Tribune Festival yesterday, Republican Governor Larry Hogan said that we should not be playing partisan games with the nation's highest court. Hogan adding it would be a mistake for the U.S. Senate to ram through a nominee on a partisan line vote. President Trump is expected to name his nominee to succeed the late Ruth Bader Ginsburg on Saturday afternoon. Hogan saying we shouldn't let Ginsburg's death create more division in the nation. President Trump says it's up to the White House to approve a coronavirus vaccine, making that clear during a briefing that he just might overrule the FDA. The agency has said it wants time after volunteers are tested to make sure there are no side effects from a vaccine, but Trump says he doesn't want any delays. And make way for a lot of new Baby Yoda items just in time for Christmas. Disney launching a bunch of new Star Wars products in what's called Mondo Mondays starting on October 26th. Baby Yoda became an instant breakout star from last year's debut of The Mandalorian and will be on some of the new merchandise. Find us online anytime at usaradio.com. For USA Radio News, I'm Chris Barnes.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mark Rosenthal. Our great weather continues. Here's my forecast for southern New Hampshire on this Thursday. Lots of sunshine, very warm. It'll be close to 80. We can deal with that. Overnight, mostly clear and mild, near 60. Tomorrow, lots of sun, at least 80. Saturday, sun clouds, low 80s. And Sunday, real summer, partly sunny, hot and muggy. It'll be close to 85 degrees. For WSMN 1590 and WSMN 95.3 FM Nashua, I'm Mark Rosenthal.
Quicken Loans presents the Sports Flash, driven by Jeep on WSMN 1590 and 95.3 FM Nashua. The NBA Eastern Conference Finals, Miami defeating the Celtics 112-109 in Orlando. They now lead the Celtics 3-1. Boston led by Jason Tatum, 28 points and 9 rebounds. Jaylen Brown pitched in 21, but Miami rookie Tyler Hero had 37 points coming off the bench. Boston, 19 turnovers in the loss. They'll face elimination in Game 5 on Friday. The Red Sox beat Baltimore 9-1 at Fenway Park, cruising to victory behind Nate Eovaldi, who went 6 innings, giving up no runs. He struck out 8. Rafael Devers with a 3-run double. Kevin Pilecki with 2 RBIs. Jackie Bradley Jr. scored on a wild pitch, and the Red Sox have now won 3 straight. Patriots back in action on Sunday in Foxborough, hosting the Las Vegas Raiders. The Patriots are 1-1. I'm Tony Desiri, WSMN 1590 and 95.3 FM Nashua.
I need to get some new shirts for my business.
Just call Sal.
Does he do screen printing also?
Just call Sal.
Does he embroider shirts too?
Just call Sal.
I also need business cards and brochures.
Just call Sal.
How about yard and lawn signs?
Just call Sal.
And promotional products to give my customers?
Just call Sal.
Who is Sal?
I'm Sal. My wife Jennifer and I are the proud owners of Fully Promoted of Southern New Hampshire. If you need embroidered or screen printed shirts, business cards, brochures, lawn signs, promotional products, and even personal protective equipment for your business or organization, just call me or stop by our showroom, conveniently located at 410 South River Road in Bedford, right off the Everett Turnpike. You can also visit our website at fullypromotedsnh.com. That's fullypromotedsnh.com. We are your one-stop shop for all your promotional needs. Fully Promoted of Southern New Hampshire. Our business is to help you grow your business.
Just call Sal.
Hi, I'm Tony Joyce from Joyce Cooling and Heating. Fall is here, and that means you may or may not have tried your heating system. Routine maintenance and filter changes are the best things you can do for your health and the health of your system. Another thing you can do is call Joyce Cooling and Heating. Our installation and service techs are trained and equipped not only to repair or replace your equipment, but also to respect your home and health. And remember, that's Joyce Cooling and Heating, 882-4244, or on the web at joycecool.com.
The Rayla Campbell Show. Hard-hitting, no filter. Leave that PC stuff at home. Representing the bars and stripes. A mom, a patriot for American values and the American way. And now your host, Rayla Campbell.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. This is Rayla Campbell, and you're listening to The Rayla Campbell Show, live on WSMM 1590 AM and 95.3 FM, and also live on the web at WSMM.live. Thank you so much for joining me. It has been quite an eventful week. If you guys haven't been following, you need to go on to my page and check out some of the videos that I've been posting. Our favorite racist is up and at it again. Monica Cannon Grant out there spewing her hatred, tried to have a rally for black women, for black voices, and standing up for black women and how they're being treated, unless you're Rayla Campbell. So we actually went down there, and she had it set up to have a press conference to stand in front of the media. She got Fox 25, Channel 10, which used to be Channel 7. I don't know if the other Channel 7 was there. Another radio station and a couple of podcast people were there. So they were set up. And we show up, me and Aiden from Turtle Boy Sports. Everybody needs to go and check out AidenTurtleboySports.com. Donate to him as well as donating to me at Rayla Campbell, RaylaForCongress.com. We went down there. It was pretty amazing to go and actually confront the beast yet again. So they were setting up the cameras, and they pretty much thought that it was for me. And I was giving the mic checks. It was awesome. Standing there for an hour and a half. We had the media attention, along with having a couple of stalkers, protesters, Antifa, also people from her campaign or her group that were trying to just block our words and everything that we were saying. We played back for everybody in front of Boston Police Headquarters her words, what she said. So let them really hear what her words are, how she describes me, what she thinks about me, but yet all like black women are supposed to be off limits, unless you're Rayla Campbell, again. So we went on, and for a good hour and a half, we got to talk to the media. We did have people yelling. Of course, they didn't put any of that on the news. They wouldn't. Why? Because I'm a Republican. And then she ends up showing up. So we move down towards where the other side of the building where they set up their speakers, and they're going to go over there and start having their rally on that side. So I brought my speaker down and my bullhorn and continued to play her vulgar words for everybody there to hear. And we had the yellow vests, I think those are what they're called, and their little bicycles, and they're trying to block us in, keep us away, and we moved closer and closer. And they did. They surrounded us, and they put their bikes all in front of me. They actually put their bikes all behind me, trying to trap me in like I was going to be afraid. So you know what I did? I whipped out the bullhorn and just let the siren go off right in their faces. They want to stop me from moving, from walking. I will just pay back right here. So yeah, we did. We put the bullhorns. My boy Tony came, and he also came behind me with two bullhorns. These kids staring me in the face, not allowing me to move. Some of them trying to kick me between the other one's legs, trying to move bikes to hit me with it, using signs to hit my bullhorn. They would not get out of my way. They thought that I was going to get afraid and back down. Absolutely not. We know how to deal with these little punks. And I find it very funny that Monica's out there calling people clear folks, and you got to stand up, and white people do all this horrible things. But who was there protecting her? Antifa. Antifa. Can you believe it? And not the good Antifa either. The bad ones. The ones that are just completely unhinged. Like, you have some Antifa people, we had a couple of them, they're really not fully Antifa. No, they just go by whatever they want to be called. we're here, we're thinking that, we're going to do something, we're just screaming and yelling, but we're really little scared punks. These jerks that came at this time, they were seriously hired in from somewhere. They came from out of town. Some of them I did recognize, and I can tell that they're trying to recruit people here in Massachusetts, which we got to stand up and make sure that we're not allowing this to happen. So they're up in my face thinking that I'm going to back down, thinking that I'm going to get afraid, that I'm going to be afraid, I'm going to walk away. Absolutely not. I stood my ground, and I will always stand my ground. I will make sure that I'm not intimidated by these little punks, that they actually hear our voices, that the government in Massachusetts hears what the people are actually out there saying, and not allowing these little punks to come in and try to incite violence and fear and anxiety into the everyday hard-working citizens of Massachusetts. Not going to happen under my watch. I will be there in your face all the time calling you out. Accountability. That's how it is. Where is Miss Presley? Hiding. She won't come out. She's still afraid. She's too afraid of me. That's all right. We'll find her. And we'll find Marky. And we'll get Marty. We're going to get everybody. We're coming for you. And we're going to hold you accountable for what you're allowing happen to our state and to our cities and towns. We're going to stand up and be so strong that you won't even know what hit you when our red tidal wave comes through. And we're going to make sure that the president is winning in Massachusetts. So what we need to do is we need everybody to really come to the rallies. There's you can go on Facebook, Massachusetts for Trump 2020. That's where we're posting a lot of the rallies. We have a huge Trump train coming. It's October 3rd. We're going to be going from Plymouth all the way up here to the border in New Hampshire. And New Hampshire is going to be coming down, and we're going to have a huge rally right there on the border with both sides. We want to make sure that it's enormous. The most cars, it's a driving rally, so it's cars. You got to decorate your cars. It'll be absolutely amazing. We're going to have prizes for the top 3 decorated cars, and, who's got the most support for the president. It'll be a lot of fun, but we're going to be doing that and making sure that we have everybody together, united, having a huge rally and showing the president that, New Hampshire's going to go red and Massachusetts is following right behind it. We're going to stand strong for our president because he's out there standing strong for us, just like the men and women in blue. So I need everybody to go find out where you can link up with us. Check out the Facebook page, Massachusetts for Trump 2020, and that has all the information. It also has the information for all of our upcoming rallies and everything that we're doing. I'm out there all over the place. You've probably seen me. Yesterday, I was in Scituate. I was in Dartmouth. I was also in Auburn. Been all over the place, but it's really exciting. I'm helping the candidates, and I'm also, we're still going through to November, like we said. Make sure you get people to go on my website, donate to my campaign, RaylaForCongress.com. We're going to write me in on November 3rd. We're going to definitely put the fear of God into the Democrats, and we're going to make sure that we get all of these Republicans out there to help and to get their voices heard. So I want to make sure that if you can work for the Trump team and do door knocking up here in New Hampshire, it would be really amazing. If you can reach out to the Trump team, you can reach out to me through my Facebook page. You can reach out actually through the Trump team, Trump 2020 Massachusetts page. You can give us anybody a call. You reach out to your local RTC. We want to get it here and in Massachusetts. If you need Trump signs, let us know. We can get that stuff. The more that we show that we're not afraid, don't be afraid. That's what you got to realize. You do not need to be afraid. You've got more support out there than you realize. There is a lot of support in Massachusetts for the president, for the Republicans running, but you got to get your voices out there, and you got to talk to everybody, and you got to listen. I had such an eye-opening conversation yesterday in Scituate when I had a little BLM protester. First, they're flipping me off. They're yelling at me. Of course, they're the little privileged kids. I grew up in that town as well. So I go over with my lovely bullhorn. She tries to hit my sign with her bullhorn. And then she asked to have a conversation. I was like, all right, let's have a conversation. First thing she asked, did you grow up in this town? Yes, I did. She's like, well, so have I. She's not even old enough to vote. Not even old enough to vote. But you're over there flipping me off, yelling vulgarities to children and their families, yelling vulgarities to me. So I give her some facts. And I start talking about they're preaching Martin Luther King. Did you know Martin Luther King was a Republican? Instantly, I can't talk to you anymore. Oh, okay, so now we can't have a conversation, but I thought you just wanted to talk. So then I go on. Well, what makes you so knowledgeable in your 17, 16, 17 years about Black lives? I can't talk to you anymore. And then the other guy who has to be the ringleader with his Biden sign is like, you can't talk to them. They're irrational. And I'm just asking for what are the facts here? I'm giving you facts. What are your answers? You're just going to scream at me, Black Lives Matter. That's what they did. And then they got a little intimidated, so they ran over to the police. But I thought you wanted to defund the police. I thought you didn't want the police's help. You don't want them in your communities. But as soon as a black woman is in your face asking you what you know about Black lives and being a black woman, you get scared and run away. But you can sit there with your signs and yell at me and call me all sorts of things. Why? Because I have a different view. Because I'm a Republican, because I'm a Catholic, I'm a mother of 3 with the same man, by the way, unlike Miss Monica Cannon Grant. I don't need this from any little privileged kid that doesn't understand exactly what's going on. That BLM is a Marxist group that is not doing anything for Black lives. Because if they were, where were they when that poor woman in Brockton, pregnant mother, shot in the head? Yes, her and her baby are going to survive, but where are they? Nowhere to be found on that. Where are they in the cities every time that there's a murder or violent crimes or a rape or anything? Not anywhere to be around. They only want to go when they want to go out. So just like yesterday when we had that press conference, everybody knew we're having a press conference, you know what's going to happen. Who do you think went out there into the streets of Boston trying to have a big protest? Monica Cannon Grant. I mean, come on. Let's look at the facts in that case. And again, that has nothing to do with Massachusetts. Nothing to do with Massachusetts. Why are you constantly trying to bring everything else into our state? We need to focus on what's going on into our own state. The fact that the mayor doesn't want to open up the city at all and allow what the governor is allowing throughout the state is more seating available inside. No, not if you're in the city. He's going to strangle the life out of the city. And we need to make sure that he knows and he hears our voices that enough is enough. We need to open up. We need to get back to work. We need to let our buildings be filled with employees to help everybody out. There's plenty of sterile stuff. I saw it right there. Hand sanitizer. It's pretty easy to wash your hands and put on a mask if you're so concerned. You could put on a mask, wash your hands. Good hygiene. It's good hygiene. Our children need to be in schools. They need to be learning full time with their peers and a teacher in front of them. That's what needs to happen. This remote learning is not working for a lot of students. What about those underprivileged students? And those come in all different colors. It comes in all different colors, all different races. Poor doesn't see color. If you're poor, I could be poor. Person next to me, different colors, poor. Person next to them, different race, poor. That's just, you have to build yourself up and you have to work hard at stuff. And yes, there are struggles and things that'll keep you down in your communities, but you got to rise above that. You got to reach out, find the resources, get the education, get a better job, move out, and you'll be fine and living happily and being successful. That's what we need to be focusing on. I'm getting attacked by kids that don't even go to school. Well, they did go to school, but they were indoctrinated. And now they're sitting at home in parents' basements, sitting there watching hate speech and then coming out and attacking people on things that they know nothing about. Go back and get an education, learn your history, know what you should be doing, and giving back to the communities, giving back to your neighbors, helping your friends, being a true American, a child of God. That's what you should be doing. But no, you want to go out there and destroy and riot and burn and loot. All for what? All for what? Hi. How are you? Oh, I'm fine. You can join in anytime if you want.
I want to throw some people out of the room.
Oh, you can't throw any people out. So we have a way to deal with now BLM and Antifa when they show up at all of our rallies, because that's what they're going to do. They're going to try to show up at all of our Back the Blue rallies and out of all Trump rallies. Everybody just needs to go and watch my video, me with Turtle Boy, and that's how we're going to deal with it. The picture says it all. The picture says it all. That's what we got to do. They're just scared, okay? They're scared little children, because we're going to make them have to get jobs, have to be adults. It's time to cut them off. Time to, hold them responsible for exactly what they're doing. And these parents need to be responsible for their children's action as well. You shouldn't be allowing your children to go out, riot, protest, do whatever you think that, because their teachers are telling them to do this. Who's that?
Oh, no, they're fighting. I throw somebody out.
Oh, wait, there's people are fighting in my chat box. Let's see, I wasn't listening to everything. Oh, some guy. Wait, what's this guy? What's he saying? Clearly.
Esteban.
Oh.
Esteban, didn't he have a guitar in the home shopping?
Oh, so we have a troll in the room. Yeah. So Esteban, actually, we got well over the number that we were supposed to get. But if you were paying attention, you would see how they didn't count the undervotes, which was almost 3,000, 2,888 to be exact, in Boston, that were the ones that people actually didn't fill in the circle, or they wrote below the line, or it was a misspelling. Those were supposed to be counted as voter intent, but they did not. And seeing as they were still counting the ballots after the deadline passed to actually have a recount, so how was that supposed to work? We couldn't ask for a recount. Hence why we need Republicans at all the polls come November 3rd. Every single one.
This Esteban guy here, didn't he ever selling a guitar on the Home Shopping Network a few years?
Probably.
He says you had to get 2,000 signatures to get on the ballot. The courts lowered it to 1,000, and you couldn't even get that.
That's where he's an idiot, because if he paid attention, I got 1,200 certified, 1,200 plus certified by the court. So wait. I'm pretty sure 1,200 is more than 1,000.
You need to get a moron stamp and an emoji.
Yes.
Boom.
Moron. Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, these freaking Esteban, complete troll. It happens. Oh, look, he was on a Jerry show earlier, someone said.
Cara Rose Lane, another 3 name, but that's okay, is promoting your show by sharing the stream.
I love it. Thank you very much, everybody. Share away. It's amazing. We need all the support we can get.
Who's Jerry's show?
Jerry Callahan.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a podcast. So you should pay attention to these things, don't you know?
I don't pay attention to warm-up acts.
Hey, I got in trouble for that, saying something like that.
What?
We're like, oh my God, he's a fan. Oh, one of somebody that
I don't see you.
Trying to run
ran
against
for
me.
office. I don't run for office, so I can use choice words and tell people to go blank themselves.
Oh, I do that anyway.
Well, I mean,
Well, you know what? They're allowed to say whatever they want on the left, and they can get away with it. So then when we say something, it's, oh, you can't say that. Why not? Why can't I? Well, I can. I can, because I will no matter what, and I'll say it in your face, and then I'll say it 10 times more to make sure you heard it.
Andrea Campbell announces a campaign to be the Boston mayor. Do you know her?
I saw that. No relation. Do not know her. I did see that. I've heard about her. So there's a lot in the running for mayor. I guess, what's her name? Not Janet Wu. I always do that. Michelle Wu, who's from Chicago. So, again, we don't want any Chicago into Massachusetts. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to turn Massachusetts into Chicago by releasing all the criminals, keeping us trapped, not helping anybody that's disenfranchised, going, like, just building cages and letting them do their drugs instead of putting them in hospitals, opening up the state hospitals for treatment. No, you can't do any of that stuff. And then when I say these are the things that I would actually want to do and to see change, that's just Republican talking point. I'm like, no, it's actual things that you can do. So, yeah, that just, it blows my mind. It completely blows my mind. But, oh, look at that. Thank you. Thank you, Texas. She's from Texas. That's awesome. You didn't tell me that, so you're not paying attention. Give me the mouse.
Whoa. What? Give me that. Give me the thing.
You gotta
Is that
scroll
my
it down.
job? Is I'm supposed to be doing this?
You're a mouse scroller.
It's come down to that. Radio station owner to mouse scroller.
Yes, so if you didn't see it, did you watch it?
Okay, so Esteban, the guitar salesman's back.
Oh, he's back.
Rayla, I'll share pages for you if you tell me your opinion on Lee Atwater and the Southern strategy. What is that? What is he talking about?
He is talking
You want me to throw him
about he was an American politician, a political consultant, and a strategist for the Republican Party. He was an advisor to the U.S. President Ronald Reagan and George H.W. Bush.
So what's this guy? What's he want to know?
Republican Party.
Who cares?
Yeah. So he wants to know. What did he say? I don't know. What does he want?
He wants to know your opinion on Lee Atwater.
On the strategy?
The Southern strategy. What do you know about Southern? You don't
I'm
know about
I'm in the North. Hello. Welcome to New England. I'm in Massachusetts.
The Southern strategy is this. Everything's slow. Take your time. Don't get too excited about anything.
That's just...
Have a biscuit.
Have a biscuit.
All right? Boiled peanuts.
I'm like, oh, so he must be a racist, the guy that's...
Boiled peanuts.
That's why
Heat.
It must be... He must be so if you're a Republican, you're a racist, apparently. So that's what it is. So
Cara Rosa Lane likes you.
I like her, and she's from Texas. Don't mess with Texas.
No.
Love it.
Yep.
Thank you so much. She's the best. Yes, everybody tell your friends, like and follow, and then also go onto my website, RaylaForCongress.com, RaylaFor. Hey, wait, I'm plugging. And then donate to our campaign, and we will be so strong they won't know what hit them.
That's what I told you last week.
What?
All of the people that support her may not be able to participate in a write-in because you're not local to her district. But if you send her a couple dollars, that's how you can do a thing.
Yes.
So even if you're listening in Texas or anywhere else for that matter, you can still support Rayla.
We like a lot of national support. The more support we get, it's just the stronger that we are, and all of your voices
Chris
are being
Bigfoot
heard.
says, why are we talking about Lee Atwater? He's been dead for like 20 years.
Look,
yes.
Yes, tell the guy, Esteban, whatever. Oh, he is. He's replying to him. And what did you call him?
Esteban?
No, Chris.
Bigfoot.
Oh, like, yeah. This is what they like to do. They like to bring up stuff in the past.
I love names.
I love names, too.
Esteban, the guitar salesman, failed from Home Shopping Network 15 years ago. Wants to look at Lee Atwater's infamous speech. Listen, dude, there ain't nothing out there right now that's going on that was 20 years ago. It was a Republican strategy in the 60s to now about targeting racist white voters in the South. Dude.
It's 2020.
Ding.
Even alive then. Like, enough. We are not
20 years ago. Even 20 years ago, this is my 20th year of broadcasting, I would say jokes on the air that were commonplace that you just can't do today.
Yeah.
Things changed.
See, you can't. Why can't you though? Why can't we?
It
used to be funny.
It still is funny.
It is still funny. It is still funny. And you can still laugh. And people just forgot how to have a sense of humor. Like, they don't know how to laugh anymore. I mean, this guy's talking about stuff that I'm just like, wait a minute. Why don't we talk about, is there a picture? Why don't we talk about what's going on and then today and the now, and the fact that we have squashed racism for the majority. For the majority, we have squashed racism, but now we got people that are trying to re-stir it up. That's a great face. I love my people. I mean, seriously.
That's it. That's it. Right there. Esteban Martinez, the guitar. Look at him. There he is.
I know. He just needs to go away. So good morning. He's clearly still stuck in his racist patterns, and maybe he needs to go and get some help for that. But we're all happy Americans trying to get along and doing, but we got crazies like you that is trying to sow this racism narrative as it's still being like every day, like you walk down the street, as Monica wants to claim, and your kids are going to be hanging from trees.
Oh, okay, so the question to a person like Esteban, because evidently there's thousands of those mosquitoes around, and you have to ask them, what do you want?
They want everything free.
What is it that you want, Esteban?
They want what you have. I want your bike because I want it. You give it to me because
I was thinking about
deserve
taking
it.
you for a ride.
Oh
on
my
that.
God, that'd be awesome. Woohoo, Rayla, look at me. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I like bikes.
Okay, Esteban's still in the fight. If you think 20 years ago is politically invalid, that might be why you don't understand politics at the macro level.
Macro? Say macro.
Well, let me tell you something. Politics is a bunch of bullstein, first to begin with, okay?
This guy.
It's no wonder why, in order to get high up, on the totem pole of politics, you need a degree that's called political science.
Or be Kamala Harris.
Okay, because it's a science. Hello.
Hey, this guy just needs to, find a girlfriend, maybe, and move out of mommy's basement.
Amber just schooled Esteban, just says you are just basically irrelevant, actually.
Yeah.
So
he's just trying to do exactly what they do.
We'll use something we used 20 years ago. Talk to
the
hand.
In the
right there.
Oh.
Tell them to watch. They can watch you if you're not well.
Yeah, they're watching.
Listening audience in the car,
yes,
or outside that does not participate in this spyware can watch you at WSMN.live.
Yes, they can.
They don't need to be a member of anything.
They don't have to go on Facebook.
They
can
just
watch
click
me
the
on the
listen
web.
line. Look at you.
I know. Hi, everybody.
In HD.
Ooh, how do I look?
Fantastic.
Thank you so much. With my, unicorn pants on, they're awesome.
Beauty comes from within.
It does. So
if you take a look at what you're watching around the country, it's ugly.
It's very ugly. It's disturbing.
Because as the best book ever was written says, what's stored in the heart comes out on the tongue. Period.
Yeah.
You can dispute it all you want.
Oh,
but that's
we've
what's
seen
in
that.
there. That's what's in there.
We see it.
Oh, you can. That's what's scary.
It is. It is.
Scary.
It is pretty.
And my heart is burdened by wanting to make them be healthy, and I can't fix that. And I can get flipped like everybody else. The reality is, it's very sad. Emotionally, you have issues that have not been addressed with because your heart has hatred in it. That is the worst emotion in the world, and it gets talked about today as if it's as common as a pair of eyeglasses, and it shouldn't be.
No,
hatred's deadly.
It is.
It's
evil.
no good. Yes, exactly.
It is evil.
It's the deepest, darkest emotion that one could have.
You need to watch my
And they throw
video.
the word around a lot like it's nothing.
They do.
Hate. I know when we were kids. I hate Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And it's just become like sorry, which means nothing anymore.
You got to see these kids. You look at. I took on my video, my live video that I had outside the Boston Police headquarters. I just was going right up to their eyes. There was no souls in their eyes. It was just possessed. Like, I have nothing. Well, absolutely nothing.
So where are we back to? We're back to the Beatles. All we need is love, right?
Yes, but
right.
they can't. No, you can't. There's no love. They have to spew hate. It's all hate, 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 hate. But you know what? We're not about hate. We have great Trump rallies. You should be there. We got music. It's all like patriotic music, American music, standing up for being proud Americans.
It's a party.
It's a party, and it's fun. And then,
it's the closest thing we're going to get to a concert.
Yes. I run great concerts. You should see my playlist. I've been sharing it. I will post it out there so that everybody can have my playlist. It is on YouTube, so I'll give it to everybody so you can have access to it because, yes, we have a lot of fun, and we're going to be doing it again. So I've got a lot of events coming up. Let me actually look at my calendar.
Amber Tully is insinuating that Esteban, the failed guitar salesman from Home Shopping Network, enjoy is that it's a fake profile, ma'am.
Oh, doesn't surprise.
She
it's a
might
troll.
be thinking that Esteban's a chick.
Yeah, it probably is. Most likely, it probably is. Yeah.
Well, no,
Look at that.
Esteban has to realize, because we have love, I haven't thrown him out of
This
the room.
is probably one of the.
I mean, because it's simple to ban.
It's probably one of the people that I have on camera and right in their faces, because I had my bullhorns and the siren was going. It was great. All you could hear. So after I got home and people were calling me and I picked up the phone, all you heard was woo. So I knew they were watching the video.
A week ago today.
A week ago.
Yes, it was a Thursday. You had a couple of events. What did you end up going to?
I went across the street like you told me to.
Did you meet anybody?
I did. That was Eric. I met Eric Trump. He happened to be over there opening up. I know it was
Stick
awesome.
with me.
It was so awesome.
Did you tell him to come over?
I was gonna tell him to come, but he would go up to Maine, so they had to go up to Maine to do another opening. But yeah, they were opening up the Salem office, and that was Corey Lewandowski. So that's another one. So Eric was opening up Portsmouth.
Okay.
Yes. Look I've done them all.
You were all over the place.
I know.
Weren't they?
Yeah, Portsmouth, and then went Salem the next day. So
Corey would be more than happy to be a guest on your show.
I would love to have
He's
Corey.
in New
on
Hampshire, right?
I know.
So start reaching out to some of these
I
people.
already did.
Sorry. I know. I told you.
But
a
if
long
he's
time.
listening, Corey, come on. We'd love to have you on. Also, anybody running for office up here in New Hampshire, reach out to the show. Reach out to George. You can reach out to me. My cards are here. You can just, I would love to have everybody on, get your voices out. Same thing with Massachusetts candidates. We're on every Thursday from 9 to 10, or if George wants us to get more airtime, we can work something
It's coming.
out.
Let's get through the primary.
Yeah.
Let's get through the general election. You know what I mean? That's,
Well, we got to get those voices out. We got to get the people that are running, and we got to get them,
Because with radio, your objective won't stop.
No.
Whether you make it or not.
No.
And radio can influence more people than you can do in a community setting where you have to go out. Radio is a big net.
Yes.
And
yes.
and you happen to get in at the right time because somebody special likes you and watches over you. And we went on then like a month before you come on the radio, and we are just, and our stream we've just upgraded sounds unbelievable. You sound like $1 million on our
thank
stream.
you.
And in about 2 weeks, they'll be able to find us on radio.com as well. So you'll be heard all over the place. Anywhere in the world, they can get you.
See that? Everybody?
And of course,
that?
I do, and everybody else does, because you're only honing your skills a little bit better. This is a little bit different. If I took this away from you, which is why I started early when I trained you to learn how to talk to an audience that you can't see.
Yeah.
This is babysitting you right now.
I know. Well,
I'm letting you do it because
I got people.
I love to. But that's what the art is, and you're honing it, and it's wonderful because I like to get out and listen as a listener as well. And your voice is just,
it's soothing.
Forget it. We could come up with another show, but that'll be after midnight. We could have another show for you.
I've had this voice my whole life.
For the adult hour. From midnight to 3 with Rayla Campbell.
Hi, this is the Rayla Campbell show.
Absolutely. Play music.
I love music.
You know what? We all need to love music and love it more.
And I think that's
when
what we
things
miss.
are bummed out, put it on.
Yeah.
It's been absent from a lot of our lives for a while because we haven't been involved in entertainment, and every one of those people are suffering miserably financially right now. And it's a personal thing with you and your music. That's why there's thousands and thousands of songs. You just pop it on and
music.
escape.
It's the best. And for me, it kind of gets my mood. It sets my mood for the day. Yeah. So depending on what mood I'm in is what music I listen to. But I can always switch it over and change. It's amazing.
Esteban, the failed HSN guitar salesman, still going on.
What is he talking about now?
Somebody's, now he's going to jail for life. Nighty night, keep your cheeks tight.
What?
So there's something wrong with this guy.
Oh my gosh. Who's going to jail? Did we miss something? Who's going to jail?
Cara Rosa Lane. Is that why he's facing 6 criminal charges? Let me go up here.
I know. What'd I miss? I missed something.
I'll find out.
Is Esteban?
Everyone knows he was defending himself from the leftists. It's all on video. Let me see where he's talking. I appreciate the not banning. Okay, you're welcome. And I'm not. LOL. LOL. So I don't know who he's talking.
I don't know what he's talking about either.
Rittenhouse? Mega bomber, plenty of cops and service people getting arrested for... This can't even spell! I can't. No, I'm not going to deal with people that can't write.
I don't even know what he's talking about. Is he talking about
Ray Pike?
Oh, Ray Pike's good people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know who he's talking about either.
Middle name is.
See, these people.
Did you see that was awesome? Did you see what the middle name he said?
Yeah. I don't know what it means though.
It's a bad word in Spanish.
Oh, see, I don't know.
Yes, I have a listening audience.
I speak two languages fluently, one on air and one off.
Yes, exactly.
So.
Yeah, that's exactly like
I don't
me.
know.
I don't know
sorry.
what he's talking about.
Sorry, Esteban, we can't follow along
Yeah.
with you because you might be nuts.
I think he's a criminal.
No, I don't know about that. I just
Or
know that
she's a criminal.
He's not there in their right mind. You can tell.
It's Rayla, but thank you. Not Rayla.
Yeah,
Thank
Esteban says Trump's presidency has been good to me in real estate. Well, that's one business that is booming right now. If you,
so,
I mean,
if
they're
he's
so
doing
behind.
well, then why does he not support the president? Huh?
Well,
Inquiry.
I love Phil. Phil is a great guest, and he'd be wonderful on anybody's show, but he is definitely not a Trump guy either.
Yeah, I noticed.
And I've had battles with him back and forth, which is very healthy because we can still have fun afterwards and save it for the air. But he just does not like the guy. Now, look,
But
I'm
why?
from New York, and I already know he's not a power speaker. I knew it before he got elected. Okay? I just accepted that crass personality that he has. You know? That's just the way he is. And it's the way most New Yorkers are. Most people don't like New Yorkers.
Well, it's like
I don't do well up here.
You guys hate Bostonians too. Like, we're just as tough. And because we're winners. So Esteban is talking about Kyle, the teen that shot the Antifa that was going to attack him. Yeah. So that's what he's talking about. What is he trying? I don't know what he's talking about. That the kid was defending himself.
The news right now, the biggest news in the country is about what took place down in Kentucky and Breonna and that situation, which was a nightmare from the get-go.
The facts are they did knock. They did not announce themselves. Boyfriend shot first and admitted it and said that in his own reports. So is it you're going to keep shooting at me?
Well, you see, here's the problem that we all have today, and I have to be very careful, and we do who are on the radio, is it's very, very challenging, and it wasn't at one time, to get the fact of a matter. And I know that all we have on the radio is our credibility. You can say something, and somebody can read something else and dispute you. Where'd you get your info from? It's a very challenging time today, and you actually have to ask for the right to know law to get the releases for yourself from the police departments down there and the investigation in order to make a take on this, because there's 14,000 takes on it, and depending on where you got your information from is what you're going to talk out there, and I can assure you somebody else will differ from that. The warrant on the no announce thing is where the problem is. That it wasn't issued. It was issued. There were witnesses said that they heard, hey, this is the police.
Yes. The boyfriend said it too.
There are others that said, no, they didn't say anything. Who do you believe, man?
Well, if the dude that did the first shooting, hence boyfriend, who they were going after, admitted that they announced themselves and that he shot first, hello, that's straight from the horse's mouth.
I go back to a time when I was on the air when what took place in Texas blew my mind with the Davidian.
Yeah.
And Janet Reno and that stuff. I mean, I remember being on the radio going, this is impossible that they're bringing tanks to somebody's house, right?
Yeah.
Nope, they did, you know. And you know, unless you're there to see what took place, it's easy to say we need all cops to change the way that they do a thing. I wasn't there. I don't, you know.
You don't know the policy.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing
That's
to
what I
think.
say. You got to look at what's happening in your own state and what reforms you already have in place, and not taking what happens in another state where they don't even have the same policies that you have and being like, oh, we gotta do it like them. No, that's going backwards.
Sure. Go back to the fallout we had here because of the racist rant that one of my hosts went on. And I read every story across. This was a #1 hit viral story. I mean, you can have 3 top 10. This was the #1. And I had to correct everybody.
Yeah.
So what they saw and what got reported, and I had to say, that's not what happened. This is what happened.
Yeah.
This is what we've got going on down in Louisville.
You notice how they cover that, though, right? They cover that, but they don't cover Monica Cannon Grant and her racist bigotry against me. They don't cover that, but they cover plus. You know, it's like, what? Excuse me?
I don't like
what Monica did was 50 million times worse.
Yeah.
With her language, just her vulgarity. I mean, that woman she's unhinged. She's deranged. She's got problems.
And I got to tell you something. When you get a person like that, the news, and I've tried to teach everybody about this, is in the business to make money. I mean, I wish you people would understand.
Oh,
that.
The news is completely in bed with her.
It's called show business. No business, no show. If an advertiser could get a good pump because of a story like that, that's what they're going with.
Well, here's what we're going to do. So the news doesn't want to cover us, so we're going to bring it to them. We're going to start having rallies, Trump and back the blue rallies in Rayla for Congress, right outside of their headquarters. So we'll go to Dedham and we'll go to Fox 25 and we'll stand right there. Hey, report the news. And let them enjoy listening to Monica's words just a little bit more. I'm not sure the news has heard it enough. So that's what we're going to keep doing. I'm not going away.
Continue to promote your radio show because they can listen to it.
They can
down
listen.
There.
Yes, they can.
And that's how you get to, because they ain't going to shut you up here.
No. They're not going to shut me up anywhere. I'm going to be every single where. I mean,
I don't like to see anybody, white, black, or whatever, get killed.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if anybody's ever witnessed that. It's something your whole life will change.
Well, now that we've watched it live on Twitter so many times, which is just like enough. I don't want to see anybody take their last
They will,
breath.
cops coming in anywhere with guns blazing, I can tell you right now they're going to halt that. These cops, and I have a local police department that I work with and have them on the air all the time. And until COVID, they were on every Friday. They have their handcuffs. They have the handcuffs on them.
Yeah, they do.
Do not think that they don't walk this line every day. They're afraid to make any move because they are going to get railed. Why do you think you're watching speed limits on our streets up at least 25, 30 miles an hour? You see anybody getting pulled over?
No.
Why?
It's on 90 on the highway, like 100. I'm like,
they're going to back off more and more.
And guess what that's going to do? That's going to cause more accidents, going to be more problems, more violence.
I know.
And that's where we got to
all
stop
because of one or two. You know how many cops in the United States of America? Okay. There are. You know how many politicians? Do you know how many business people? There are good and bad everywhere.
Everywhere.
It doesn't mean that it spoils the whole bunch.
No. There's a few bad apples. You got to get rid of them.
But it makes a news story, and that sells Hershey bars. And that's what you need to know.
Yeah. I know.
I don't want to see anybody. You don't know what's going on to take. Don't look at during the time what they're setting up. These guys are headhunters.
Yeah.
Do you not think these cops that went to that house are well aware? Don't make any wrong move right now.
Yeah.
The magnifying glass is on us. Okay. A bullet comes out. What are you going to do?
I'm just going to stand there and let it hit me in the chest.
You're shooting.
Exactly. You shoot back. You shot at me first. I'm shooting back. I got to protect my officers, the other people in the building. Somebody's in here. We don't know how many guns they got in there.
Do you know what they're trained to do? They ain't trained to shoot you in the knee.
No, they're not.
They're trained to kill.
They're trained to de-escalate first.
Kill. If it comes to firing a weapon?
Yes.
You better
it's kill or be killed.
You better be the last bullet heard.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way they get, just like Army men.
Yes.
They get trained to do what? That's the whole other thing we ever get into. I have families that are in combat, highly decorated Army men, and they're different human beings. Do you know what they do? Kill. I look. I didn't create.
Do you know
them,
the situations that they're going into?
But do you know what they have? They have children.
Yes.
They like to eat and raise them and go fishing.
Yeah.
And they can. Some people can compartmentalize in their brains to do a thing, right?
Yeah.
A soldier, you better thank God we have them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think God.
You better thank God you
Same
got a
like with the
guy or a
police.
gal that's got them inside them, because most people run away from bullets.
Yeah.
Okay? They're trained, and I have to tell you, because I spoke to many higher ranking when Obama was the president of the United States, they kind of went back on the military and didn't let them do what they were trained to do.
Exactly.
Okay? And that made a lot of people quit the service.
And we need to build back up, get people.
And they are back.
They are. We need stronger. We need
You're
our
a Green
warriors.
Beret. We're doing Green Beret work.
Yeah.
And
it's tough. You got to be tough. We
I
want
know.
the best of the best, because guess what? We are the best.
A cop is still going to be a cop today to enforce laws, and if the things get brutal, you're going to have to be tougher than the enemy.
And he or she is out there protecting us. It's them out there risking their lives every day.
If these people have questions, concerns, comments about the way things are run, why don't they run for office?
'Cause they're chicken poop.
You can run for office, you know.
You can.
Yeah.
If you want to make a difference in the communities, but no, they want to sit there and complain and say, "Oh, woe is me," and "Oh, is he back?" "Oh, he said I'm what makes you think that I'm not a Trump supporter?" But now I don't know what he's complaining about.
He's got a problem with a lot of things. But, okay, so he has a lot to say. Does he have a... Why don't you call the show?
I know.
Give him the number.
What's the number?
603-816-1590. Esteban, get out from behind the computer.
I know, call
with
the
your
show.
boxer shorts and your six-pack of Schlitz beer and call the show.
He's got so much to say, but I'm just trying to figure out what the hell is his point. What does he want? Why is
Talking
he
to people behind a screen, okay?
He's arguing with everything, and we're just stating
It's
facts
cowardly.
and truth.
Call the show. Talk to me in human being form.
He can't.
603-816-1590. Call in. You got 8 minutes.
He can't, though.
But
Absolutely
that's the
can't.
way you got to do a thing.
That's what you got to do, but these people won't call. They got to sit behind their computer screens because
Safe.
he's probably like 900 pounds
That's
in
easy.
mommy's basement.
Easy now. Don't get like them.
Eating his freaking Cheetos.
I can tell you one thing. They get a lot of muscles behind a computer screen.
Oh.
Whoever it might be.
Until you see him in public.
It is so much
Bring
easier.
it.
It's actually... it's a bad thing we're going through right here because it is much easier to type what you're thinking than to say it.
Yeah.
You can say a lot of nasty stuff while you're typing.
Oh, and they do. But then
I do everything and have for so long with my mouth. I'm not a great writer, and I have no problem telling you how I feel with my mouth. If I sit down to paper, I'm a vicious mother. You know what?
Yeah.
And I look at my own thing going, wow.
Wow.
That's coming out of me? Well, it comes out of my mouth most times. So there is a difference. If you're going to sit there and you're going to
What's the
make
number?
comments,
He said 603
816
1590.
Yeah, call us in right now, Esteban, you failed guitar salesman. I'll talk to him.
Oh, look at that.
Because,
do we got to type it in?
Because it's going in between all
I know.
these other things. How
Give
many
me
times am I going to tell you?
We don't have 5 minutes. You have a limit. Look, you need to call right now. If you want to talk, then call right now. We're not waiting on you.
And make sure
What's
you
wrong
got
with you.
Hey, I know you could care less about your quality where you're at, but I care about mine. Make sure you got a good connection.
Yeah, turn the radio down if you're going to call in.
Yeah, and no wireless, please.
Ugh.
All right, cuts out. We've got listeners that we think about in the car.
Yes.
But listen, honestly, if anybody has a question, comment, they want to talk to Rayla or any other host, you can call the show and let's do it.
But they don't want their voices heard.
He's calling.
Oh, well, let's see. We're still waiting.
He's going to call.
Yeah.
Esteban, call right before when the ending theme's playing.
Yeah, exactly. Hi.
But there's always next week.
Yeah.
Come back again.
Oh, I mean.
See, they want a platform too.
They do. They do. And they want a platform to preach their
I could go for a bagel this morning.
I thought you said you could go for a beer. I'm like, it's like a little
Schlitz.
early. Schlitz.
I've had Schlitz on my mind since fun.
Schlitz.
I don't know. I watched an old commercial. Thanks a lot, Ray Pike.
What's Ray saying? Oh, thank you, Ray. You're the man.
You need to do that every week.
Well,
when
you're in the keypad. I don't have a keyboard.
My bad.
Yeah, see? Thanks, Ray. Yeah, we're waiting on
every
Esteban.
week. When Arthur fires you up, tell him put the number in the chat room.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Let's start talking to some of these people.
I would like
There
to.
it is.
Oh, there he is. Oh, good.
First off, no swearing.
No swearing.
All right, good morning. You're live. You're on the air on an AM and an FM station, so watch your mouth.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
Now, what would you like to talk about?
Well, you're the one that's in our chat box talking about, we're trying to figure out what you're talking about. You're going all over the place. You got a problem?
All right, so I started with the whole Lee Atwater and Southern strategy thing. I mean, that aware of it? Are you aware of why the South votes blue and or used to vote blue as Dixiecrats and now votes solid red? That happened after the 60s when Republicans actually realized that they could target racist white voters in the South because the progressives, Democrats of that time, were pushing civil rights. That's literally why we have the red-blue system right now. So how can you call Democrats racist when there was literally a coordinated national strategy to target racist white voters in the South?
Hey, I got a question for you. How come all the Democrats voted against freeing the slaves? Oh, wait a second. So you want to talk about how can I call Democrats racist? Seriously?
I'm talking about modern racist. I mean, you're absolutely right.
How are you going to...
Politics, you're absolutely right. Like, Rayla, you're absolutely right. Like, Democrats in the past were 100% racist. Dixiecrats.
They still are.
Were the party of slavery. But in the 1960s, when the Civil Rights Act passed, the Republicans realized the Democrats were switching. They were targeting new demographics. They were targeting black voters. They were targeting minorities.
Yeah, by pulling the fathers out of the home and then making the women use the government for help.
That was a part of the strategy. You're
that was by
absolutely
the
right.
Democrats.
You're
destroying the black
right.
communities.
But you're 100% right. But the problem is that it wasn't. I don't think it was a bipartisan thing. You have to realize that in the 60s, the Democrats were targeting those groups. Republicans have targeted the groups that were left behind, and now both parties are trying to target this kind of amorphous group of voters that aren't sure what they really want. And social media and new forms of marketing have been able to, tear apart the constituency in terms of these small, what's it called, like flashpoint issues, right? Like, Rittenhouse and all this stuff. Does it really matter into the terms of politics? No, Rittenhouse is not going to be talked about in a couple of years.
But yet you're sitting here talking about it now.
Sorry, I didn't mean to swear. I am, because it's politically relevant right now.
Why?
And the reason I'm saying it's politically relevant is because it's one of the examples of those flashpoints. It's an example of a flashpoint that's being used by both parties.
All right. Well, we're going to thank you for the call. It was, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Thank you, everybody. This has been Rayla Campbell, and you've been listening to the Rayla Campbell Show here live on WSMM 1590 AM, 95.3 FM, on my Facebook Live, RaylaCampbellForCongress.com, and also live on the web. We will be back next week. We will take your calls if you've got some relevant information to talk about. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
WSMN 1590. WSMN 95.3 FM Nashua. Listen, watch, and stream at WSMN1590.com.
USA Radio News with Chris Barnes.
President Trump under fire from Democrats and some establishment Republicans for not committing to a peaceful transition of power if he was to lose November's election. During a White House briefing yesterday, the president said